In this video, I'm sharing underrated ways that ChatGPT can help you design websites faster, not related to writing content. Often, when someone writes website content or website copy, they're not thinking too carefully about how that text is going to be laid out on the screen. And when we're talking about intangible ideas like health, freedom, goals, things that you can't really touch or hold in your hands, it can be a little difficult to think about how to represent those ideas visually. You don't need me to tell you that with lots of text and no visual elements, it can be difficult to keep the reader interested. That can be fatal for a website because if you lose their interest, it's almost impossible to guide them to the conversion event. And if you can't do that, your website isn't really serving a purpose. I often use icons to represent intangible ideas, and I like getting help from ChatGPT to figure out what kinds of icons I could use. Here is an example prompt. I'm designing a sales page for a copywriting coach. Their online program teaches people how to 1. Write words that sell, 2. Build relationships with writing, and 3. Write more efficiently. Suggest icons to use with each heading. Include 5 options for each. In this instance, ChatGPT helped me choose 1. A shopping cart to indicate selling products or services, 2. Chat bubbles to indicate communication and conversations for build relationships with writing, and 3. A lightning bolt to symbolize speed and quick work for write more efficiently. Hey, I'm Danbee. I'm a web design mentor based in Switzerland. I help web designers build profitable and inclusive businesses without overworking. To get started with my programs for free, head over to danbeeshin.com/training. We can use ChatGPT in a similar way for stock photos. In this case, you might use a prompt like, I'm designing a website for a dog trainer whose overall vibe is friendly and playful. Suggest examples of stock photos to use on 1. The homepage, 2. The about page, and 3. The services page. Include 5 options for each page. And for the homepage, ChatGPT is suggesting 1. A joyful dog interacting with a trainer, showing a positive bond. 2. A dog performing a trick or obedience task with the trainer guiding them, emphasizing skill and fun. 3. A dog energetically playing fetch or with a toy, highlighting the playful aspect. 4. A trainer surrounded by a few different dogs, illustrating the trainer's experience with various breeds and sizes. And 5. A friendly trainer smiling and holding or petting a dog, showcasing their approachable nature. I love the brief explanations of why these kinds of photos specifically, based on what I shared about the brand personality of this business. The ideas that you get from ChatGPT aren't going to be groundbreaking or mind-blowingly original. You could probably think of similar or better ideas with enough time, but that's the point. Asking ChatGPT for ideas for icons, photos, and other visual representations to accompany text will save you so much time and help you work faster. Another time-consuming task in a web design project is choosing a font pairing. And fonts are often one of the first design decisions that a web designer makes in a project. I have seen designers spend far too much time on this and even delay their projects. Then, almost because they took so long to make a decision and they just had to choose something under time pressure, they end up second-guessing their decisions, and that can really throw them off for the rest of the project. Here's a ChatGPT prompt that I would use to make this process much simpler. Suggest 10 font pairings for a website for a diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI trainer who works with large corporations. Their brand is professional but warm and approachable. Their aesthetic style is bold and colorful. All fonts should be available on Google Fonts. For each pairing, include 1 font for headings and 1 font for body text. The body font should include multiple font weight options. ChatGPT is giving me Montserrat and Laura, Railway and Open Sands, Poppins and Merriweather, Playfair Display and Roboto? These are all solid choices. Whether you take the exact font pairing or use it as a starting point, this will help you work faster. You don't have to start from scratch or manually check hundreds of fonts to make sure they meet your requirements. If you're enjoying these quick and easy tips, let me know by giving me a thumbs up or clicking on that subscribe button. Another task that I spend far too much time on is giving names to color hex codes. When I present brand colors to a client, it creates a much better client experience to be able to refer to colors by names that you can say and actually remember. And also, when I'm writing CSS code, I find it so much easier to create a custom property and refer to a color by its name rather than its hex code. The thing is, it's nice to have a name for a color, but it's not a critical element of web design. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you call a color as long as it's clear and culturally sensitive. So you don't want to spend a lot of time coming up with names, and that makes it a great task for ChatGPT. Here's an example prompt to put ChatGPT to work. These are the brand colors for a high-end sustainable period underwear brand. 360568 CCFF66 FB62F6. The target audience is anyone who menstruates. The brand voice is confident and nurturing. The aesthetic is modern, athletic, and luxurious. For each color, suggest 10 simple two-word color names. For each name, the first word should be descriptive and the second word should be a generic color name. I like midnight purple. I don't like any of the suggestions for this green here, but I like lime, so I might use that as a starting point to give me neon lime. I also like bold fuchsia, and I might turn that into electric fuchsia. So I did have to do a tiny bit of work there, but it took me less than a minute, and that was kind of fun. Hopefully, you're now feeling really excited about working on a new website project so you can try out these ChatGPT prompts. My next video is about discovery sales calls, and it's going to help you land that next client project. So click on the video on your screen, and I will see you over there.